see if we can check our audio super quick. Oops, we're gonna have to refresh that. Here we go. Oh. Doing all kinds of things that the computer doesn't like. Okay. This is still going. Hey, Squirrel Sniper's here. Tom's here. What's up, Tom? Hey, Sycamore. Sorry for the technical difficulties. This is our first time trying to do this outside. And, you know, we're just going to have to figure it out as we go. And, you know, we're just going to have to... Oh, the audio actually sounds okay. Okay, so hopefully that gets going. Oh boy, we're gonna have to mute that guy. Oh, tell you what, guys, I would have much rather been streaming than getting a house ready to move into. But you know, now that that moment has come and gone, it's pretty exciting. My back is still recovering, clearly. Hey, Tom's getting us started. Hell yeah, Tom. Shout out to you. Thanks very much, my dude. Kicking us off. First donation of the night. Amazing. Squirrel Sniper says, how's the body? The body is bad. It's really bad. I feel like I've just been walking around in pain for the last few days, but, you know, I've gotten to the point where I think I can make some swings. I am excited. I think I'll have enough space in here. I can set up a little launch monitor, right? We have enough vertical or horizontal distance now. And on top of that, I want to also start... Yeah, see, that doesn't feel very good at all. But that's okay. It's getting better. We're going to start a speed training series, so I'm going to do... Oh, hi! Hello! Hi, you came to say hi? What? You say, what's this golf stuff all about? Oh, two superstars. Two superstars. How did we get so lucky? You guys being good? Yeah? Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. Oh. As you can imagine, guys, the dogs are really enjoying having all this backyard space to hang out in. I love all 480p of this stream. Oh, man. How often do you have bare feet? That's a strange question. Pretty much never. Yeah, Sycamore, my wife and I bought our first house, which is pretty exciting. That is largely why my body's in such bad shape. Let's see. See if that makes it better. Maybe grounding will help your back. Did mine. What's grounding? Tell me about grounding. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Daniel. Thanks very much for being here. Fortunately, I mean, as someone who used to have pretty intense, debilitating chronic back pain and don't anymore, it's pretty easy to tell that this is just like, oh, I've been moving furniture and doing things I don't usually do physically. So my back's gonna hurt. Like, you know, I think anybody's back might hurt, and maybe it's a little worse than that. But it's not that like chronic debilitating kind of thing it used to be. Cairo wants to play rock, paper, scissors. I'll play rock. Rock. Captain says, how long do you feel right now? I'm not sure I understand your question, but tell me more. Panda Boy said hi. Hey, Panda Boy. Maybe Squirrel Sniper and Tom will make it back now that we've potentially solved the one portion of the internet issue. We are going to have to work on that. I'm not entirely sure. Excuse me, dog. Only cows eat grass. You're not supposed to eat grass. I know, you're crazy. You're crazy. Are you having fun? Yeah? Do you want to hit one? Go on. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, what? Oh, is that your brother? What's he doing? I was going to try to hit a golf ball, guys, but you know, sometimes it's not in the cards. Yeah. Do you want to go run around so I can hit a golf ball? Go on. Sycamore says, I just drink 6 beers and sit on the couch. It always helps my back. That's funny. Unknown Batty said hi. What's up, Unknown Batty? I wear chainsaw boots too much. Goes to the job. Rubber soles stop any electrical discharge. Hence, barefoot grounding. Oh, earthing the body. You mean like physically like touching my feet into the earth? I'm not opposed to trying it. It's just not something that I've done much of. I gotta set up my my net properly so that I can actually get the golf balls to come back to me when I hit them. Right now, guys, I've been working on, well, I haven't been working my game at all, but in my mind, you know, as I've been watching these TPI videos and trying to learn more about my own golf swing. User says, I liked and subbed. Amazing. Shout out to you. Good morning to you. Marco says, swing as hard as you can. I'm not going to do that because I will certainly injure myself. And I'm already feeling a bit injured. My dog's saying hello to the neighbor's dog through the fence. No, sir. We don't bark. No, go on. Go run. Go play. Yeah, you crazy. Ooh. Is what I've been mistakenly doing is extending a lot with my spine this way towards the target in my backswing, and it's putting a lot of pressure, I think. And also, you know, I'm not getting nearly as much hip turn in the backswing as I could. So to me, it feels like a totally different kind of backswing. But fortunately, this is a movement that I've done before. So it's more just kind of correcting back to something that I'm familiar with, which is typically much, much easier than, you know, learning a whole new pattern. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Run back with the 20,000%. Imagine. Tom, that would be sweet. Myra said hello. Hello, Myra. How much to see you flex? For $250, I'll give you a double bicep flex. But please don't do that. Your money could be better spent so many better ways. I can already tell it's just so, it's immediately easy to see how much there's just more pop off the bat, you know, when you really get into that right side in the backswing. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this a little more level, I think, guys. Bacon said hi. Hey, Bacon. Today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Sycamore said it looks like a nice place. Thanks very much, Sycamore. 23 minutes into Wednesday. Yeah, you guys are fully just living in different days, time traveling compared to us. Felmar wants to know how many yards on carry. Do you mean driver? If I'm not injured, if my back doesn't hurt, and I hit it good, it'll carry probably 285, 290. If you go back to early days on the channel, there's a lot of good simulator videos where I was hitting on TrackMan a lot. If you want to get a sense of the numbers I was hitting. The highest ball speed I've seen for myself this year is 172, which is not great. I mean, I know it's good, but it could be better. My all-time high is like 180 ball speed. That was back in college when I was swinging a lot more and had a different body, so to say. I had, you know, I've hurt myself quite a bit since then. But, you know, that's, I'm also a lot better golfer than I was then, so I could hit it further, but Sycamore wants to know, what type of irons are you hitting? These are the Tacoma 301 CB irons. Oh, is there a fight happening in the chat? Is that what I'm seeing, Tom? What was he asking? I can't swing a club if my life was on the line. That shit is just not clicking for me. I hear you. It can be a challenging movement to learn. What I would tell you, Jaden, is try to make it a little smaller. Make it easier for yourself. Right? You can start to, you know, break it down into smaller movements, right? Because you watch TV, you watch pro golfers, they make these big, long, beautiful swings, right? They hit the ball super long and straight. But if you're just learning, right, what I would do is just grab a short club, a pitching wedge or a 9-iron, right, and just really teach yourself to hit these little chip shots. Like, just start, you know, go to the driving range, start having some fun, you know, by having some success, right? And if you make the swing smaller, you'll start to find that success, right? Just hit these little chippy ones. Practice getting that club face on the ball. Practice getting that ball flying up into the air. Right? It's much easier to improve a technique at slower speed, right? And breaking down the movements. Hello, dog. Man, Tom, is it brutally hot in Scotland too? Oh, those don't go under there. I heard about a heat wave, and it's also been a bit of a heat wave here on the East Coast. It was like 90 Fahrenheit today. Alright, so we are going to have to figure out some way of keeping this in place, potentially. But I haven't made my back worse yet, which is, that was kind of goal number 1. Oh, the edits, yeah. I don't really understand what's going on with the edits. Can you inhale the hairs off my kneecaps and whisper in my ear how much you like strawberry ramen? I could. I could. It would cost a lot. It would cost a lot. I'm in the Northeast Sycamore. 33 tomorrow. That's pretty warm for Celsius. I can already feel, again, I'm not even at full speed, but just comparing the two, right? When I make the old swing where I stay kind of this way, my spine actually ends up extending this way, right? Instead of being much more neutral. I mean, it even feels better. Like when I just do it like that, I can feel that there's just not as much pressure on my lower back as before. Ooh, it is warm. I've never been told to just take chip shots. So me try it out this weekend. I've just been taking a driver wedge and sending it. Random Dawn says, love the vids and any tips for getting better at not hitting on top of the ball. Sure, Random. So the same idea I just gave to Jaden, but I think it's helpful to understand like what's actually happening when you hit the top of the ball, right? And ideally, to strike a golf ball, we want to move the low point, right, the arc depth of our swing, just in front of the ball, right, so that we, on the downswing at an impact, we're hitting the ball first and then the turf, right? So with that in mind, what we need to do is if you're swinging over it, right, your low point's too far forward. You're bottoming out like up here in front of the ball, right? So for you, it's going to feel more like you're staying on your backside, because I imagine most people who top it, they're going forward this way, right? Too early in the swing over it, right? So try to just hit, again, some little pitch shots, some small chippy ones, and just really feel like you're staying on top of that ball, nice and centered. You're hitting down just, onto the back of it. Okay. It's humid, not as bad as last week. There's been rain. Oh, nice. Concert's gonna be great. What concert? No way. Catfish in the Bottle, man. I love that band. That's awesome, dude. I'm so jealous. That's gonna be sick. I buried the head of a push broom so about ½ inch of the bristles stick out. It's great because it doesn't wear down fast. Oh, to hit off of? Wait, Cody, tell me more about this. Cody Thompson. Let me catch up here. What is Sugar Sean doing? I don't know. I'm in the middle of Scotland. South Coast, Sussex down. Oh, cool. Dustin. Hey, whatever gets you through the day, my dude. Just don't top it. If you ever say 68 is hot again, we might just have to fight. That is very funny. Yeah, right now we're dealing with about like 80% humidity and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's like if you stand outside, I'm just standing here. I made a few swings, but you just you get that glisten of like, oh, it's humid. Feels a lot better. I'm excited to watch these swings back and just see. Yeah, it's great to hit off of. Did you get like a 12 by 4 one? Like, how did you get one big enough to hit off of? I guess you could get a push broom that's pretty, like a good size one. Dustin, what are you doing, buddy? Yeah, you guys, I mean, hey, like, I don't begrudge anybody their, whatever they need to get through the day, but it's not my thing. Chevy says hi. Hey, Chevy. I'm doing great. Just dealing with this humidity. I'm excited to be back on the stream, guys. It feels like it's only been a few days, but it's probably been like 7-10 days. We did one quick stream the other night, but, just with house stuff and work, just being a person, have not had nearly as much time to, number one, be working on my game, but also streaming and sharing it with you guys. So I'm excited for things to hopefully settle down a little bit and can get back to, the kind of cadence with ideally, like a daily stream, maybe in that like 4 to 6 Eastern window. That could work really well for my UK friends, right? Tom and these guys are always up mega late checking out the stream, which I love, but why so? Sibby says, I eat anvils. I feel like you have to transition your weight into your left side. Burger Man wants to know about the clubs. These are the Tacomos, the 301 CBs. Sycamore says they sound clunky. Oh, I disagree. They feel great. Religion was my cradle, but now I walk, Tom. That's awesome. It's... Oh, 12:34. Oh, Tom, your comment was about yes, please, like having the streams earlier in the day. Yeah, I think it could work really well to do it in that, kind of late afternoon, early evening window. It's really tough to feel good about your swing when your lower back feels like it's at about 30% capacity. But you know what? I am grateful that I get to still, even not at my best, make some swings. There's plenty of people who are like, yeah, dude, your body's working pretty good overall. So it's just more of this, trying to get back here. I feel like you have to transition your weight into your left side. Well, tell me more about what you mean. I mean, is that swing advice? Because I'll just share. I'm not swinging at 100% or yeah. Have you ever hit Haywoods before? No, but those are interesting. Moises says I got a Dodger jersey. Very cool, Moises. Blue Bean, CJF. What's up, my dude? Hey, CJF guys. That Blue Bean GT is his new name, or their new name. Definitely has the record on the channel for most comments. They're in like the 50s. So tons of support from Blue Bean GT. Shout out to you. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, hanging out, chatting with everybody, hit that subscribe button. Come back, do it more. We're gonna, this is obviously a pretty temporary type setup here, just wanted to get back into the groove of being on the stream and getting everything set up. It is crazy, it probably took me an hour to get, figure out all the stuff, get everything where it needed to be, whereas before, like, we have everything set up, you show up and you're like, great, I can be here, and 2 minutes later I'm live. But again, these are temporary issues. I'm also gonna have a like a canopy covering kind of deal. So even if the weather's bad, potentially we could come out and hit balls out here. Man, this humidity, it will get you. It will definitely get you. I also saw, I think there was a cool new Soto update, I'm pretty sure. So I might try to set up a launch monitor out here, guys, if you think that would be cool. Jaden says, let me crack a beer, this is chill. Yeah, very cool, Jaden. Shout out to you. Hit that subscribe button if you want. What's the decision behind using a tee? Maybe not the right term, but thing that holds a golf ball about 2 inches off the turf. Oh yeah, no, tee is the right word. It's usually spelled T-E-E. Strixons are awesome. Strixon is one of the most underrated clubs, club manufacturers. I played their golf balls for a couple of years, way back in the day. Yeah, really, really good irons. Not as familiar with the woods and the drivers, but Keith says, what's your typical miss look like? It's on a toe strike and a slight pull. Launch monitor would be a great way for practice. DJ Miller said hi. What's up, DJ? Any drills for not fatting or thinning the shot? Good question. Spandin said, hey, handsome, hey. I have a set of 1980s links in perfect condition. Oh, that's very cool. That reminds me of like the Maxfly blades from back in the day that are always very coveted and hard to find. I'd love to hit a set of those someday. Okay, so if you're thinning it, you're fatting it, your ball contact isn't great, right? Most of it oftentimes has to do with, you know, weight shift and what your body's doing in the swing and where that low point is, right? So to practice that, well, just, you know, again, for everybody to understand, if you make a swing and your weight stays back here on your back foot, right, you're going to hit it fat. You're going to hit the ground first. If you make a swing and your weight doesn't shift at all, right, you can get back to that ball, but you're going to kind of just scoop it. You're going to maybe, you know, hit the bottom of the club, right? But if you make that backswing and you get your weight forward, boom, you can really deliver a strike into that golf ball, right? So understand first, you know, you got to get your weight going forward. And, you know, the key ideas for impact, right? Shaft lean towards the target, descending strike, and, you know, center face contact, right? So to do that, what you've got to do is just really slow the swing down, right? Get some little half swings. And if you want to feel like how much weight shift, what should it feel like? If you ever watched old Kyle Berkshire videos where he used to kind of go like this, that's how much weight shift you want to feel, right? Just like enough to fully get that other foot off the ground, but not like, you're not way back here, right, where you're going to tip over. So I think the best thing to do is learn impact and then work backwards, right? Work backwards from impact. And so learn at really slow speed. How do I deliver a clean strike on that ball? Right? Then you add speed to it. Then you make the swing longer. But you could hit a whole bucket of balls and make your, you know, improve a whole bunch by just hitting those little half swings. I work in consulting, Jaden, in a non-profit world, so helping people raise money for hospitals and universities, which is a really cool job. Your advice with the driver really helped. Go straight now. That's awesome, John. Thanks very much. Jake does the slug. New video, do not miss. W chat. Shout out to 117. Very funny comment. Also, distance from the ball. The further you are from the ball, the more you are to thin the ball. The closer you are, the more likely to hit it. Fat, I think he meant to say. Any tips of hitting driver further? Okay, good question, DJ. So there's two options for hitting it further, right? You can increase your club head speed. That's, you know, something like this, the super speed system that I have to, you know, build club head speed over time, right? Train yourself to swing faster. You can also do that with your own driver, right? Just make, you know, 20, like, swing it all out as fast as you can type swings. So that's number one. You can learn how to swing it faster. Option two is optimize the speed that you do have by hitting the center of the club face, launching the ball at, you know, between 13 and 18 degrees of launch angle, right, and spin somewhere in the low 2000s, like 2200, right? That is how you would optimize or get the most efficient ball flight out of the club head speed that you do have, right? So those are really your two choices when it comes to hitting it further. If you go option 1, which is more club head speed, I really recommend a specific speed training system. Like I had these super speed golf sticks I just mentioned. I'm not going to be making any full speed swings tonight as I can feel my back barking at me, right? But there is a protocol. They teach you, how to use these efficiently to build your club head speed over a number of weeks. The idea being over speed, swinging, faster and faster. There's also ones like the Stack I've heard of, or Rip Stick. There's a whole bunch of them out there. Have you seen the new Jurassic World movie? I have not. What did you think about it, FSM? Tell me about your experience watching the movie. Marufa said hi. Hey, Marufa. What driver do I have? I have the QI10 Max head. This is actually the most forgiving one, but when I tested them, this got me really, really good numbers. I have a 9-degree head that's turned down to like 7, because I, want to take that spin off, right? So this is a QI10 Max. Pretty cool driver. Can you give me a drill for keeping the club head square to the target? How do you feel about a Ping G30? I think Ping makes really good drivers. I played a Ping driver a long time ago, but I remember it was very forgiving. You could hit it, on a whole bunch of different parts of the face. I really like the Ping drivers. The shape of them is a bit funky, right? If you're ever seen the Ping drivers. Dizzy. That's funny. If you knew like the tens of thousands of dollars I've spent on tattoos, maybe you would feel differently, and maybe that's why you feel that way. You're entitled to your opinion. I can't convince you that like tattoos are fine. But I would suggest that if that's a way that you judge the character of a person, you might be disappointed in life. Because some of the worst people I ever met, wouldn't be caught dead with a tattoo. And some of the coolest, most, caring, awesome people that I know are completely covered in tattoos. Come to Lozano's Pizza and do a Dallas foodie review. It will pay for your meal. Bring your family. That's very nice of you to offer, Dom or Don. Sahir said hi. Yeah, Squirrel Sniper. I think D-Zizzy can go too. I listened to a really cool podcast, guys, recently. It was the Sweet Spot podcast. I had Joe Mayo on. You don't need to listen to the whole thing because it gets a little repetitive, but I think Joe Mayo is supposedly one of those pretty controversial coaches in the online coaching world. But he's like he's a full swing guy, but he's mostly known for being Victor Hovland's short game coach, teaching him how to pitch and chip. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate you taking care of that. I'm in the Northeast, DJ. That helps. The net is $695. This is the Net Return Pro Series. I am a huge fan of it. It's really, really solid. It feels like it's a high quality, built to last product. I actually reached out to them recently if they were interested in doing some sort of partnership, because of how many questions I get on the stream about their product. Also, guys, head cover gang, I feel better than ever about it. I hit some really, really good shots with the 7 wood, the 5 hybrid. I really think there's something there. Why not make it easier? Oh, it's a bird. I thought it was one of my dogs crying. I was like, what? Double team by mods. Are tattoos even taboo anymore? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, George. I don't really get it. I feel like I see people with tattoos, like, literally on a daily basis. How can I hit wedges further? I can tell your back is stiff. Everything is going left. Yeah, I can feel that too. I'm mostly sycamore, just trying to get the club on the ball. So just like golf, I would tell you, so to hit your wedges further, right, you could de-loft them more, right? You know, decrease the loft that you present at impact to hit the ball further. But I'd also tell you is more broadly, I think with your wedges, you're better off, you know, learning, like, hitting them a consistent distance, right? Whether you hit your sand wedge 100 yards or 125 yards, you know, what you're mostly looking for is a tight dispersion, right? You want it to go that distance consistently, right? So I would tell you that those clubs are intended to be for accuracy and consistency of distance, not about, like, how far you hit them, right? I'd rather hit a pitching wedge to 10 feet than a lob wedge off the green, right? You know, who cares how far it goes? Oh, that was not hit well. Just doesn't feel very good to be swinging right now, but you know, that's okay. Just still trying to knock out the cobwebs. I don't think I've swung a club in a week, which is crazy. I mean, I feel like I was swinging every day. Two types of people on YouTube: those who want to share and learn, those are crying out for help in one way or another. Yeah, Squirrel Sniper, it's funny you say that. When I first started, I was like, man, some of these people, like, seem really intent on, like, you know, spreading, like, hate or whatever, but I think it's mostly a cry for help, right? It's like, hey, I can't, you know, things aren't going well for me, so if I try to make things worse for somebody else, then, you know, I'll get, like, this small, you know, rush or feeling like I'm doing something. But it's obviously not solving the long-term issues, right? So I'm with you. I mostly feel empathy for those people. It's like, man, that's sad, right? If you're, you know, spending your precious time on Earth, like, spreading awful stuff. Tom's getting a tattoo soon. Very cool. What are you getting, Tom? George, we have 2 rescue dogs that are a whole variety of things. 13 years on YouTube, Squirrel Sniper. I survived the 2018 purge of truther channels. That's funny. Why do I keep chunking? So the chunking problem, we can do that one really quick, right? Is because your weight is stuck back here when you're coming through it, right? So if your weight is back here, you're gonna hit the ground first, right? So if you get that weight going forward more, right, more on top of the ball, right? You want to move that low point forward so that you're hitting the ball first and then the turf, right? There's only the now, so enjoy the moment. Yeah, I totally agree with you, my man. Can you swing with a hockey stick? I don't have one, but I did play hockey at a pretty high level for a long time. You know, growing up, I was definitely a better hockey player than I was golfer. It wasn't really until the injuries started piling up and I got more committed to golf that kind of flipped. But yeah, all the way, like, up into college, I was Probably a better skater and hockey player than I was golfer. What's good, fam? I'm swinging a lot better. Amazing, DBP. Welcome back to the stream, my guy. Crystal Clear said hi. Hey, Crystal Clear. Get the elevator from Catfish and the Bottle Man. Also, Magpie, possibly BLT sandwich. Amazing. Yeah, you don't have to explain them. Bro, I got all kinds of crazy stuff tattooed on me. Some of them are, like, really meaningful to me. And some of them are just crazy nonsense that I got while I was, you know, out traveling the world. Come here, boy. Come here. The people want to see you. Yeah. Where's my guy? What are you doing? No, we don't eat grass. What we got? What? What's your sister doing? Sleeping? Sleeping? Yeah. Oh, look at your smile. Look at your smile. Yeah. You're a happy guy. Yeah. Say hi. Okay. Any drills you recommend for the weight shift? So, also, did you end up moving? Yeah, so we're done moving. All my tattoos are impulse when abroad. Me too. Well, not all of them, George. So I have a whole mix, but a bunch of these are just like, you know, Italy and Germany, all kinds of places I've been tattooed. So the drill I would have you do, right, grab a short club, not like this. This is a longer club. But grab like a pitching wedge, right? And when you're working on ball contact or ground contact, right? This is true for a lot of drills, but especially in this one, right? You want to make the swing slower and smaller and really focus on delivering that quality strike into the ball, right? So you can just make some little chippy swings like that. Slow it down. You know, you can go half speed and a half backswing, right? And just practice making that nice, crisp strike on the ball. Right, that drill will get you a lot further in the long run, you know, than trying to work on your swing at full speed with a big long backswing. So hopefully that helps. I'm not having a chill time. It's a long name to say. Tom's quicker, I have slight lag. W dog, yeah, I agree. W dog is right. Where did the other dog go? Oh. Sorry guys, we're getting stuff figured out here. This is where we just fully Happy Gilmore one. Do a drill for driving. Well, tell me what's going on with your driving, Carlton. Where did the other dog go? A little mean, but I'm still here, John. I hear you, but I'm not responsible for your safety, is my counterpoint. So, gotta make sure the pups aren't getting into anything. But yeah, just, this is a great drill for all of us, guys. Just do a bunch of these little chippy ones. Now you barking. Oh, the whole neighborhood's talking now. There's dogs barking over there and over there. I know, you're getting to meet everybody. What are you barking at? Showing off for the stream? It's just like, look what I can do. I can be really loud. Don't, sir, you're not going to fit back there, I don't think. Yeah. I love these creatures. They are so much better than people most of the time. Okay, Carlton says my ball slices and you're right-handed. That's very helpful. Okay, so we can give you a great drill. This is what I'm going to have you do. I don't have a tee, so imagine this ball's teed up. All right? What you're going to do, grab your head cover. Use the head cover from your driver. You're going to drop it down behind and to the right of your ball. Just like that. Right? See how I have this set up? Golf ball and then behind to the right. If you're a right-handed player and you slice, the path is almost always across and the face is open. Right? So we're swinging this way, almost like an underhand, like a drop shot in tennis, right? A really high spin, short distance type shot, which with the driver is not what we're looking for, right? We want the low spin, you know, high velocity, high distance, right? So this drill, if you make the over the top swing, right, your path to the ball will be blocked, right? You won't be able to get to the ball. If you do it right and you miss the head cover, this is going to force you to shallow out that downswing, approach, you know, on a much more neutral path. And as your face is square, you should definitely see that ball start to fly a lot straighter, right? So that was a pretty good strike for a half swing driver off the deck. So that's the drill I would have you do, Carlton. Give me a shout if that works for you. Doggos are the best. I agree. Oh man, Tom's selling his house. That sounds like a lot of work. Come on, out. Yeah, good job. Oh man. Club face, moments of contact, Carlton. Yep, good point. My favorite drill. Tom loves this drill. Andrew says, get some new irons. I would get something if you're 23 handicap, get something with some technology, some forgiveness, right? Something that's going to help you out. Dajir, I'm very sorry to hear that, my guy. Thank you for feeling comfortable sharing that in the chat. So much work, my back's gonna look like yours soon. Ouch. Well, for your sake, dude, I hope it doesn't. You're the equivalency of Bob Ross for golfing. Thank you. I appreciate that. And today is my birthday. Wow, I'm really sorry, man. That sounds like a really hard day. But just remember that there's people that need you and care about you, and you know, all the moments of what you know in your life have prepared you for this, and it's gonna be hard, but you can do it. You can get through it. Okay, so Andrew, also I saw your second comment. Thank you for, again, guys. If I missed your comment, just drop it again, because you know I think they sometimes come fast, and I'm doing my best. So you definitely, I would make sure you know, don't feel like you have to spend a bunch of money on brand new clubs, right? You can, if you're a beginner golfer, you can really, you know, start building your skills, having fun, getting out to the course and the range with just a handful of clubs, right? You only need maybe a driver and a putter, a few irons, maybe, you know, like a wedge, a pitching wedge, an 8-iron, and a 5-iron. You're off on your way. So something forgiving. Lil Smizzy says, can you show how to hit long irons higher and spin more? Okay, so part of this question is going to be about club head speed, right? Because if you don't have a lot of club head speed, it's going to be tough to really launch those long irons super high, just because they don't have a ton of loft, they don't have a ton of forgiveness, you know, or even if your clubs do, right? You know, to really hit those high ones, like with a high 4 or 5 iron, you just need speed. So, you know, if your 6-iron club head speed is like below 90, you know, just try to manage your expectations, right? Like you can still hit really good long irons. You might just need to plan for them to land short of the green. But outside of that, right, if you were like, hey, what's my advice? If you want to hit it higher, launch it higher, ball more forward in the stance, right? Like if I really had to hit a high one, I'd move it up there in the stance. And I'm going to feel on the way down as if I'm really staying kind of behind it, right? I'm going to use my shoulders to try to point up and launch that ball, right? The shoulders really dictate the launch, right? You see Rory with his driver when he wants to really launch it in the air. He's back like this, right? Conversely, like if you wanted to hit a flighted wedge, right? You kind of get in here, you get on top of it, right? And steepen that into the ground. Hey, buddy, out. Don't go back there. Come on. Go on. No more. So ball forward. And then you would just really, something like that. Oh. Don't get old, guys. I mean, you should, beats the alternative, but how can I get backspin on wedges? So just like golf, there's some great TPI videos I'd recommend, like understanding spin loft and how, the loft of the club combined with the descent, attack angle into the ball impacts club head speed or backspin and how far the ball flies. So that's one resource that I love to recommend. But generally, to optimize your spin, you want to make sure you're making good contact. Center of the club face is going to really, the toe actually generates the most spin out of all the parts of the club face. But, you want to make sure you're making clean contact. And to do that, right, you can add some steepness, some VSP is called vertical shaft plane, right? So this would be 90, and this would be 0, right? So you can get that shaft really steep, right, when you're chipping and pitching. So I would use my 60-degree wedge pretty much always. And my setup, if I was going to really try to spin one, right, ball's back in my stance, shafts forward. And what I would do is almost like give it some extra speed in the backswing and then control that speed, almost feeling like you're decelerating, right? Because what we need is friction and more time on the club face. But I would also tell you that chipping out of rough, a situation where the ball's not going to spin, you don't want to use that technique, right? Because you'll decelerate, the club, will get stuck in the grass and the ball's not going to fly out like you need it to. So that's really like for a fairway lie or a fringe lie where you really got to add some speed, right? Oh, it's starting to get dark. Do you play Golf Clash? I don't know about this. Tell me about it. Nice tattoo. Thank you very much. Do you watch Stranger Things? I never have. Done booked my Topgolf Bay half off on Sunday. Think I'm going to finally make the ball go somewhere. Hell yeah, Jaden. Love that for you, my dude. I've done Topgolf a whole bunch. And I'm not sure. I think they could do a better job marketing it to people who want to go there and practice. Like they could probably do that. I know it's like kind of like bowling for golf, right? It's just a way to have something to do and be social, but gonna have to really work on. I mean, it just is gonna feel like I gotta really. I'd love to get one of the new MLM2 Pros. I got the MLM1, but I think the MLM2 Pro is one of the best portable launch monitors, because I would want something that I could use here and hit into a net, but then also like bring to the driving range with me. So if you guys know anybody at Rapsodo, you want to hook me up. Golf Clash is a great game on Android and iPhone. You have to watch it, bro. It's the best. All right, I'll put it on my list. 25-yard loft over a bunker on a fast downhill slope is my recurring nightmare. Elizabeth Orsinger said hi. Hey, Elizabeth. What's your best advice for newer golf to get better? I golf from ladies' tees right now. I'm going to work my way back to closest men's tees. So, Andrew, I would say when you feel like you're, consistently shooting like in the 90s, maybe in the 80s, from those forward tees, then you start to challenge yourself and move backwards, right? But golf is very hard. You don't need to make it less fun and more challenging for yourself when you're just starting. So that's a great idea. I'm really glad you're doing that, playing from those forward tees, right? The best drill that I would tell you to do, that I think every mid to high handicapper can do, that will drastically improve their scoring, right? So when you practice, when you go to the driving range, I would say maybe only like 10 or 20% of your time should be spent on full swing, full speed type shots, right? At your skill level, when you're just getting started, it's super important to learn impact and then add speed to the swing, right? So learn in the context of your own body and your own athletic background and feels, right? How do I get this club face to hit that ball first and then the turf, and send it flying, pretty straight towards my target, right? And what I would suggest, the best drill you can do is these little half swings with a short iron, right? I have a pitching wedge, or this is actually a 9-iron, right? And I'm just going to try to hit it maybe 50 yards, right? And I'm going to do that over and over and over and over again until I can consistently strike that ball first, then the turf. Where I'm consistently seeing that ball flying, on a nice trajectory towards my target, right? It's not curving a whole bunch left or right. And you just get really good at that. And once you really feel like, 9 or 10 out of 10 times, you can deliver that quality strike on the ball, then you start to add more speed, right? And it's the same thing, it's just a little longer, right? So I could either get some lights out here, or I could just stream earlier. I think I'm probably just going to end up streaming earlier. Yeah, I just shouldn't try to swing at full speed right now. Those last few were pretty solidly struck. I consistently shoot 110 to 105 at the moment. Our hand on screen for Lamar Jackson edit. There's got to be a way where you guys can do your own edits on the screen, right? Like, Sypo is a new subscriber. Amazing. Thank you very much for subscribing, my dude. Better with my approach in short game. Driving isn't bad. It's only with my irons on the tee, and I struggle to hit long irons. 3 woods in the bag. I hit that about 230-ish. 2 to 3 times a week to practice is great, though. I mean, you can really make some progress with that amount of practice. Yeah, I think especially with the irons, right? You got to learn how to impact the ball and then the ground, right? So ground contact, and then how do I deliver the center of the club face into the ball, and how do I keep that club face square at impact, right? Or at least, you know, slightly open or closed to produce the shot shape that I'm looking for, right? But, you know, club face consistency is really what I'm getting at. Oh, that wasn't hit very good. All right, guys, I'm probably gonna hit a couple more and then call it a night, because it is, well, it's not quite dark yet, but I feel like on the screen it's getting pretty dark. Joey said 4. It's F-O-R-E, but Garrett, what's up, Garrett? 72, 70, 73 over the weekend. That's awesome. 3 rounds over the weekend, too. Good for you, my dude. Very good playing. My last 2 rounds, I think, were like 76, 77, 76, 74. I couldn't remember. Best round of the year so far is 68 for me on a par 70 golf course. Couple under. Yeah, see, even, I mean, it's not going to get much cooler than this, and it is humid. Like, I am working. I like Pinto Bean says you whack it really good. Hey, Jackson's back. Little Smizzy says I shot 69.74. That's great. Good playing, my guy. I've had some really frustrating moments recently where you're just like, I turned a 71 into a 75, like, just so stupidly, like, you know, 3-putting from 15 feet, or, you know, missing short putts that you shouldn't miss. So that's the one I just kind of don't get off that back. When I do it right, though, I can tell because it sounds faster. Like, I can tell the strike is better, and there's so much less pressure on my body. Like, it feels more correct. Like, I'm not fighting what my body wants to do. So that's pretty cool. Thank you all for the good advice. Oh, you're welcome. Sycamore says, I've only played 1 time this year, 9 holes, shot a 42. That's me away. Gotta get a bus tomorrow to Glasgow. Yeah, I'm excited to hear about your experience with the show, Tom. It sounds great. Dark Shadow said hi. Hey, guys. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for tonight's stream. Thanks for being here. We'll see you all next time. It is going to be sick. Yeah, I know it is. I'm jealous.